Welcome to Sports on Tap. I'm Rob Trout. We have Josh Jeffy, Dick, Sean Duffy, and we are live at the Team Strongsville Swing for the Stars baseball party. And it is the proceeds to benefit Kelly Kinney and the Pay It Forward grant. We're live at the Strongsville Rec Center here, and crowd really starting to come in. It's starting to get packed. A lot of games and everything going on right now. And we have a very special guest right now. Ryan Boris joins us right now. He's a Strongsville High School graduate, former Texas Ranger, and now he's the Strongsville High School pitching coach. Also went to Kent State. And Ryan, thanks for taking time to join us here today.
Yeah, thank you for having me, guys.
So you are a Strongsville High School graduate. You went to Kent State. Talk a little bit about how you started off playing baseball and how everything kind of went pretty quick for you, getting drafted when you were at Kent State by the Texas Rangers.
Yeah, I ended up transferring to Kent State in 2012, and that was the year we had our College World Series run, so I got to pitch on ESPN 3 separate times, Purdue, Oregon, and Florida. We beat Florida in the College World Series, our first ever win, so that was great. I ended up getting drafted the year before previously, but didn't sign. Went to Kent instead, Texas Rangers. Then, lo and behold, it was Texas Rangers again. They ended up drafting me same round, same spot out of Kent. But I was a year more ready to go and ready to, I had another year done of college and was ready to move on. So I ended up signing with Texas Rangers. Went on, played 4 years there. Got up to AA for a little while, and now I'm back home.
I mean, what is that experience like, when the lights are on, you're pitching in front of a huge crowd and it's on ESPN? I mean, were you nervous or what's going through your head when, you're pitching in huge games like that?
Well, obviously for the World Series game, we're all a little nervous, but it was kind of a good situation for me. I knew I was either pitching against South Carolina, the 2-time defending state champs, or Florida, the #1 national seed everybody picked to win it. So the pressure's really not on us. Pressure's on them to win it. So we just kind of got to go out there and play baseball, and everything kind of worked out. We had a special year.
Is that how you felt all the way through this, all the way through that run when you guys got through the regionals and the super regionals?
Probably the most pressure was the first game when I had to pitch against Purdue, because we played 21 innings against Kentucky, if anybody remembers that back then. So we had no bullpen. So I had to go 9 against Purdue or we were in trouble. So I ended up throwing a CG against Purdue, and we ended up winning that game. So that was probably the most pressure out of all of them.
That's insane. I mean, how did your arm feel, especially after, like you said, going into extra innings and then having to pitch 9 and knowing, I got to pitch a lot of innings today? I mean, how was your arm after that?
Lucky for me, I'm a sinker baller, so I pitch, 4 pitches or less to a hitter. I work contact. I don't strike a whole lot of guys out. Let the guys behind me make plays, so that kind of helps, keeps my pitch count down. I never break 100 really, but that game I was pretty close to 100. Obviously throwing 9 innings, so I was a little sore after. But
after leaving Kent State, you talked about you got drafted by the Rangers. You want to talk about some of the different teams you played for in the minors?
Yeah, I started out in rookie ball my first year in 2012. Was lucky enough we ended up winning the championship, so I got 2 rings in 1 year between college and pro ball, so that was awesome. Came back for my first spring training, made the low A team, played a whole year there. Came back the next year for my next spring training. Low A was in Hickory, North Carolina, by the way. And I made high A, which was Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I got to play a year there. And then halfway through that year, I ended up getting called up to AA also. So played in AA, which was Frisco, Texas, Rough Riders. So I've kind of been all over the place a little bit there.
Talk a little bit about, being in the minor leagues. I mean, I don't think people really have a good idea of, it's a lot of work, not a lot of money. And you were talking about before we went on, long bus rides. Being a minor leaguer is not glamorous, but it's a lot of hard work, but the payoff is there if you could get there. So talk a little about the minor league experience.
Yeah, it's a grind. People don't understand. It's 140 games in 150 days. Most of your 10 travel days are off. Probably about 8 of those are travel days on a bus driving home, so they're not really off days. People don't get that either. And you always got to be ready to go because there's somebody behind you ready to take your spot too.
Right.
So it's a lot of work. And as you said, we don't get any money. So, but you have that slim shot to get setting the rest of your life up forever with that big league money, $550,000 minimum just to make the big leagues. So you can set your family up and the rest of your life with that.
You were in the minors, like you just said. Now, talk about some of the stories. Do you have any good, fun stories? Long bus trips, with some players you're probably pretty close with. Any fun stories of, anybody you still talk to, too, from the teams?
Not anything I could share, but
we had a program.
Yeah,
at least being honest.
We had fun, but, it was a good time. But, it's really cool now because I'm getting to the age where all my buddies are now getting to the big leagues. So, I already have 5 guys that made the big league roster for the Texas Rangers this year, so I get to go see them in late May when they play the Tribe. So I'll get some free tickets for my buddies, take some of my friends, go hang out with them. Because I see them as my friends, And, my parents and my family and all my buddies see them as big leaguers. So it's kind of a cool experience for everybody to get to take that in.
Do you still talk to them quite a bit? Or, when they're in Cleveland, will you have a chance to see them or hang out with them while they're here?
Yeah, this will be my first. I caught them last year right at the end, but I didn't have as many guys on the big league team when I came home. But this year I have 5 or 6 that are on the roster right now and could potentially get up there too. They're in AAA, so this year will be more fun and a lot closer. One of them is my roommates too from High A, so I know him really well. It's good to have him up there.
Very cool.
Well, now you're coaching with Strongsville's high school baseball team. Talk a little bit about how the team's looking this year and what your responsibilities are as far as that coaching goes.
Yeah, I kind of snuck into the job. I came home, got released from spring training, kind of was just done with baseball. I played indie ball for a little bit too, but I didn't like it, so I came home. And our pitching coach, who was my pitching coach here, Coach Frederick, he wanted to retire. His kids were young and wanted to go watch them play. They're playing ball and volleyball too. So Dougie pretty much offered me the job, and I took it. Being an ex-Strongsville guy, I kind of want to bring the program back. We haven't gotten out of districts in the last 4 years. They've been winning conference, which is great, but everybody remembers who won state. That's what everybody asks. So we're trying to get back to where we were because we were number 1. We lost in super regionals for me when I was here as a senior to Ignatius, but we're trying to get back to that state ranking. We were number 1 when I was here, but we're 15 right now, so we're working our way back, but I'm the head varsity pitching guy.
Nice.
Been going really well. We got 2 guys going to college right now out of the pitching, and we should have 2 or 3 next year, 2 that are really good juniors. I really think we're going to get some college opportunity also.
What's the one thing you focus on with your young pitchers going? I mean, I know each pitcher's different; they have a different set of skills. But what's the one thing you kind of go across the board with all of them when they're trying to be as best as they can be and help out the team?
Some of the kids try to make the game bigger than it is. They forget that it is a game and it's fun, and just to make it less hard, I just try to preach strikes. I'm not going to get mad at a kid ever if he gets lit up on the field for hits and all that. But if you walk guys, that's when I get angry.
Yeah.
Like today we lost.
No free
we had 8
passes.
walks and we lost 6-3. We should have won the game, but because of walks, it hurt us, and that's why I really try to approach them. 4 pitches or less, work on fastball, changeup, first time through the lineup, second time work your off speed, first pitch, get ahead on hitters. Just think pitch sequences more like that too. So I get them thinking a little bit.
Do you think you carry a little bit more? I don't want to say credibility, but just you bring a little bit extra with your experience with the pro being in the minors and whatnot. Do you think that the kids kind of take a little bit more hold of that than maybe from any other coach? Like if any of us were to coach anybody?
I sure hope so. But, I kind of make it kind of very open to them. I made them all notebooks. So they know what they do each day because I like to know what I'm doing. That's how I was when I pitching. I'm trying to treat them how I like to be taught when I was pitching. I don't mess with them in their bullpens. I let them do their thing. I really don't mess with them during the game. I'll talk to them a little bit, but I just want them to go out there and play. We practice hard enough. We don't need to worry about that in the game, so just let them play. But we're really big on just trying to keep everything organized this year. That's what we really want to do, so the kids know what they have to do. They don't come up and bother you. Tell them what day they're on in the book. They go do their work. They get done, and they're good for that day.
Yeah.
That's kind of how we've been working so far. It's been going well.
With a lot of these pitchers, is there a common mistake that each one of these pitchers that you see more often? Coming from the playing pro ball and now watching these high school kids, is there a common mistake you see often?
My biggest one with these guys is we love throwing off speed before our fastball, and I'm not quite sure why. Because if you can't throw a fastball for a strike, what does it matter? Why do you need to throw a curveball? He's just going to sit on it and hit it. So
yeah.
I try to make all my starters go fastball, changeup first time through the lineup, just locate and work location. And then second time through, come with your off speed. Because if you're a starter, you're not trying to strike people out. The first time through, you're trying to go 6-7 innings. Right. You work, you strike people out, your pitch count goes up, you're useless to me. You really don't help me a whole lot. You kill my bullpen. So that's how we're trying to work on kids throwing more fastballs. When you throw 7 out of 10 fastballs for strikes, that's when you can throw your curveball anytime you want. So until my kids can do that, we really work fastball changeup more than anything.
Yeah, and getting ahead obviously is key. You can get them in the hole a little bit 0-2, then you can do whatever you want. But
exactly.
Especially if a lot. I've watched a lot of high school baseball, and a lot of times you try to overpower power hitters, but a lot of them try to overthrow, and then all of a sudden they start walking kids. And if you can get ahead, you could be a pretty dangerous pitcher in high school.
Yeah, the big thing I'm working on them too is reading swings from hitters. A lot of kids don't know how to read swings, watching late barrels, early barrels, where to pitch, what location. Every pitch has a next pitch to set up for, and that's what I'm trying to get them to learn to do it on their own too. I don't want to have to tell them all the time. So.
We're talking with Ryan Boers. He is the Strongsville High School pitching coach. Used to play for the Texas Rangers. And
dropping
also
knowledge on us right now. Dropping pitching knowledge. If you're listening right now and you're a pitcher, fastball changeup first. Do it. Right?
Yeah, you're welcome. By the way,
please.
Yeah.
Do you throw batting practice to the pitchers, or I'm sorry, to the high schoolers, and can any of them hit you?
I don't this year, no. Funny, last year when I got released from spring training, I came home before I went to Indy ball for a few months. I came home and worked out with them, and I threw against them a few times, so they had fun with that. I was full go on them too, so I didn't hold back anything. So they enjoyed that treat last year. But no, I haven't thrown this year yet. No.
I was gonna say, so how fast is your fastball right now?
I mean, right now, I don't know. But pro ball, I'd sit 90, 93, heavy sink, heavy arm side, two seam, fastball, changeup, slider guy. So that was me. I was more of a contact guy, which is, it seems fast to you guys, but big leagues, if you're not throwing 95 plus in the bullpen, you're really not anything special. So I was a long relief guy.
I'm always intrigued by the knuckleballers that are in the major leagues that are like 45, like Tim Wakefield still pitching knuckleballers, or R.A. Dickey is still out there. What do you think of? Do you have any knuckleball pitchers on the Strongsville staff that, want to keep pitching at knuckleball, and their fastball is what, 70 usually?
Yeah, we have a few guys who think they can throw a knuckleball, but when they get older and realize in pro ball that's about playing 4 when your arm blows out, that's all you got left. There's only 2 knuckleballers in the big leagues, and there's a reason there's only 2 knuckleballers in the big leagues. It doesn't work very well. So
we're at the Team Strongsville Swing for the Stars baseball party, and the proceeds are to benefit Kelly Kinney Pay It Forward grant. Ryan Boris is joining us right now, and this is a special event here. All kinds of different things going on. Talk about your bringing the baseball team up here. I mean, it's not often you see a lot of these baseball players. I mean, I think the whole team might be here helping out. What is that like to have such a community event where the whole baseball team's here today?
Yeah, it's great to get the kids up here. We played earlier this morning to Massillon Jackson. We had a game at 1, and we're back up here now for late night helping out, and we try to be a part of the community as much as we can and help everybody out, and it's a good cause. So we got the kids up here.
That's very cool.
You grew up here. You followed the Indians. You have any? What do you think about their chances this year?
Yeah, I still love the Tribe. It's my first love, but I don't know. We need a big bat, but we just don't seem to pay the money for it. Our pitching's unbelievable. If we can't score any runs, we can't win. So
I think we've needed a bat for like the last 5 years.
Right?
I think we've talked about that. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully somebody from the minor leagues can come up and create some magic.
Yeah. You know what I've noticed about your guys' program here in Strongsville. You guys do have a lot of Division I college athletes, and some guys that do get drafted in the pros, much like yourself. Anthony Gallus is playing with the Indians right now. What do you think it is about the Strongsville program that elevates your guys' level of play and it enables you to get to the next level?
When I was here, I was lucky to have Josh Swords as my coach, who went to Ohio University and played Division I baseball there. So he ran our high school program as a Division I college program. So when I went to college, it was just like I was still in high school because it was the same program essentially. But that's the biggest thing that I think helped us along the way to get to where we are, because obviously Dougie took over after Swords left, but he kept the program the same way and didn't change the intensity or anything like that. So our practices are real fast-paced and we high volume and all that, and then we get to the game. Game's easy, game's slow. So that helps the kids a lot really develop.
Guys, any other last questions for Ryan? Well, Ryan, thanks for joining us. We appreciate you taking the time to talk to us.
Had fun, guys. Appreciate it, yeah.
Thank you very much. Good luck this year.
Thank you.
That is Ryan Boers. He's a Strongsville High School graduate, former Texas Ranger, and now the Strongsville High School pitching coach. Also went to Kent State. Join us here at the Team Strongsville Swing for the Stars baseball party. We'll come right back with some more guests and interviews right here. We're Sports on Tap, part of the NEO Sports Insiders Network.
For the best coverage of Cavs, Indians, and Browns, check out neosportsinsiders.com. neosportsinsiders.com brings you breaking news, opinions, and video from all things related to your favorite Cleveland sports teams. Like us on Facebook and follow at NEO Sports Insiders on Twitter for live updates from all the games. neosportsinsiders.com, bringing you the best in Northeast Ohio sports coverage.
Join Sports on Tap the first Thursday of every month at Z's Cream and Bean, 2706 Boston Road in Hinckley, Ohio, as Sports on Tap talks local Ohio high school sports, Cleveland sports, and national sports topics. It's all happening at Z's Cream and Bean the first Thursday of every month starting at 7:30 p.m. Join us.